Hello and welcome to Bottoms Down, chair yoga for everyone. It's our mission to make it fun and easy for everyone to participate in chair yoga. My name is Carol and I'll be your fitness guide today. Today we're going to focus on a sun salutation seated. Sun salutations are often done at the beginning of yoga practice, or so towards the beginning, as a warm-up, as we warm our bodies from the inside out. As I mentioned, today we are going to stay seated, but in the next class, we're going to be doing some standing poses. And in addition to that, I'm going to add in a yoga block. So I have a yoga block here, and this would be fine. But if you don't have a yoga block, maybe you have a large book that's hard covered. It's kind of the same shape, and it would do the same purpose. It would serve the same purpose. If you don't have either of those two things, that's fine. I will still show the poses without those props. But if you have them, bring them to the next class and we'll use them. But what you will need is a sturdy chair with no wheels and no arms. And then again, your choice on shoes. Whether you want to go barefoot or wear your shoes is totally up to you. All right, grab your chair and let's get started. We're going to start nice and tall in our chair. We're seated forward a little bit, right? So we're not leaning back in our chair. We move forward about halfway, at least about halfway forward into that chair. We're going to pull our belly button to our spine. So we're going to keep that core engaged the whole time. And you'll hear me cue that quite a bit, right? Belly button to spine. So we want to make sure that we keep that core solid and stable. The next thing we're going to think about is lifting our spine nice and tall. So we think about having a cord here on top of the head and we're just lengthening through that spine. So we want the head up, the spine is long. But when you do that, sometimes our shoulders tend to want to hike up too as well, right? So let's pull those shoulders down. We're going to place our hands lightly on our thighs. Palms are going to face up. And if you like the thumb to middle finger mudra, do so. It's your choice. Let's go ahead and close our eyes. Focusing in on your heart center. Letting go of everything that's happening outside of the room. And breathe. Begin to focus in on that breath, just feeling your natural inhalation and exhalation. Next, we're going to elongate the breath. Inhale a little more deeply and exhale a little more completely. Do that a few times at your own pace. Next, we're going to move into that belly breath, that diaphragmatic breath. As you inhale, you will fill the lungs from the bottom up. The belly extends. As you exhale, pull the belly button to the spine. Push the air up and out of the lungs. Go ahead and do that a few times at your own pace. And breathe normally. We're going to add a little bit of rhythm to that breath. So we're going to inhale to 4 counts and exhale to 5 counts, something like this. Inhale 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going at your own pace. And breathe normally. For the final set of breaths, we're going to inhale to 4 counts, and then I want you to exhale just as many counts as you can before you inhale again. Go ahead at your own pace. and breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intention for today's practice, focusing in on what you want to accomplish. One more breath. Go ahead and bring your hands back down to those thighs and open your eyes. It's nice and calming, isn't it? So the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and ground our feet and our sits bones into the earth. So when you think about grounding your feet, you really have 4 pressure points, one in each foot. So behind the big toe, behind the little toe, and the 2 points of the heel. So I want you to think about having all 4 of those pressure points nice and firmly on the floor. And then the next thing I want you to think about are our sits bones, those pointy bones that we sit on. Have both of those equally weighted on the chair. So we're grounding our sits bones to the chair. So get all of that nice and stable. Feel that like you feel like you're nice and grounded. And let's go ahead and drop our right ear towards our right shoulder. And just a little neck stretch. Drop your chin towards your chest. Let's do the other side, left ear to left shoulder. And drop your chin down towards your chest again. Now from here, let's go ahead and look to the front of the room. And let's look over that right shoulder, just gentle. We're warming things up. Go ahead and look center, and let's look over the other shoulder. Very, very good. Okay, we're going to move into that sun salutation now. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring our hands to our heart. We're going to make a big circle. So my palms are going to face up. We're going to bring those palms up together overhead. And then we're going to bring our hands back to our heart. And now we're going to reverse that circle. So our hands are going to go up towards the ceiling. And we're going to make a big circle. And we're going to bring our hands back to our heart. Let's do that again. We're going to make that big circle. Our palms are facing up. Palms are together overhead. Bring the hands to the heart. We're going to reverse that. We're going to press up. Now my palms are going to face down towards the floor as I bring my hands back around to my heart. Okay, so I want you to take a little bit of evaluation. How does that feel? How do your shoulders feel? So I'm going to give you a modification. So if your shoulders are feeling like, I don't know about that kind of hurt, or it pinched a little, or something just didn't really feel very good. So let's just do it a couple of times with our elbows bent. And this is going to be your modification. So let's keep those palms facing up, and notice how my elbows are bent. So instead of me extending those arms long, and I'm going to bring my hands to heart. And we're going to do that again. Reverse, up we go. Bring your hands down, or palms down, and bring your hands back to heart. Let's do that one more time, just so you can feel the difference. If this feels better for your shoulders, then here's where you're going to be. And I'm not going to cue it every time, right? So I might remind you a few times. But you need to remember, listen to your body. And if that motion feels better on your shoulders, keeping the elbows bent, then do that. Okay? Let's do it again. Bring your hands to your heart. This time we're going to add a mountain pose in. Okay? So we're going to, actually, you know what? First we're going to add the breath. Let's go ahead and add our breath first. So we're going to inhale here. Exhale, we're going to come down. Palms are going to face up. And then we're going to, that was your exhale as you bring your hands to your heart. You're going to inhale here, and you're going to exhale as you come up and extend those arms long, palms facing down, bring your hands to your heart. Do that one more time. Inhale here, exhale, up we go. Bring your hands to your heart, and then we're going to inhale here, exhale, up we go, and we're going to bring our hands to our heart. Okay, the next thing we're going to add before we add mountain pose is I want you to try to watch your hands with your gaze, okay? So I've got my hands here at heart, my gaze is down. I'm going to bring those hands up. Now I'm looking up at my hands as they come to my heart. And don't forget the breath. Inhale here, exhale up. Make that big circle around and bring your hands back to heart. So a couple of things, just take a moment to rest. A couple of things to think about. One is, if by adding that breath in you ever get dizzy or it just doesn't feel good, just do a normal breath. It's okay. You don't have to do the yoga breath. It's fine. But if you want to engage in that yoga breath, remember that diaphragm, right? Inhale, belly extends. Exhale, belly button to spine. The second thing I will say is, if looking up, I'm not looking up to where I'm totally just letting my neck go. That's not good on the neck. I'm looking up at my hands, and then I'm bringing it down, okay? If that doesn't feel good on your neck, leave it out. All right. So we got to listen to our bodies, right? Bring your hands to your heart. Let's do that one more time before we add on. We're going to take a deep breath in here. Exhale, up we go. Looking up at those hands, bring those hands to heart. Inhale here, exhale, up we go. Bring those hands down, back to that heart. Let's do that again. Inhale, exhale, up we go. Following my hands with my gaze. Inhale here, up we go. Big circle around and bring those hands to heart. Okay, what we're going to add on next is a mountain pose. I'm going to show you real quick. So when we come up, we've got our hands together. We're going to interlace our fingers, and pointer finger's going to go up to the ceiling, okay? So here's what it looks like, right? But I'm pressing up. Now, even though I'm shooting my fingertips up, my shoulders are still down. So I don't want to see this, right? Pull those shoulders down. Then we're going to lean our mountain a couple of times each direction, and we're going to bring our hands back down, okay? Let's do it. Bring those hands to the heart. Inhale here. Exhale, up we go. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale. Up is your exhale. Now we're going to keep on going all the way up to mountain pose. Interlace your fingers, point your fingers to the ceiling. Shoulders are out of the ears. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Feel that stretch and bring your hands down. Let's do that again. Bring your hands to your heart. Up we go. Bring your hands to your heart. Up we go. Bring your hands to your heart. Keep on going all the way to mountain pose. Interlace fingers. Up we go. Stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, and bring your hands down and take a little break. One more thing I wanted to mention. As I'm making my circles, I'm not just kind of up here doing this, right? And I want you to really think about extending, really stretching it out and bringing those hands in. Even if you have your elbows bent, you can still really extend, feeling that stretch out and through. The arms are engaged. It's a very active movement. I'm not just kind of floating my hands around, okay? So make sure you think about engaging those arms. We're going to do that again with the mountain pose, and we're going to lean our mountain, okay? Bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, up we go. I'm following my hands with my gaze. My hands are coming back to my heart. Up they go. Big circle around. Activate those arms. Really stretch it out. Bring your hands to heart. Keep on going all the way to mountain pose. Interlace your fingers. Shoulders are down. All right, we're going to lean our mountain. So we're going to start by leaning to the right. Now, as you're stretching through and leaning that mountain, I want you to think about keeping this hip down. Feel the stretch all the way through that side waist. Feel that stretch. Come back up to center, and we're going to do the other side and stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. Feel this opposite hip pressing down. Up we come. Make that big circle around. Bring your hands to your heart. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale, up we go. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale here. Up we go. Big circle around. Bring your hands to heart, but keep on going up to mountain pose. Interlace fingers, point your fingers to the ceiling. We're going to lean to the left. Up we go. We're going to lean to the right. Up we go. Big circle around. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale here. Exhale, up. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale here. Exhale, up we go. Big circle around. Keep on going to that mountain pose. Inhale here. Exhale, lean. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, lean. Inhale, up we go. Big circle around. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale here. Exhale, up we go. Bring your hands to your heart. Up we go. Big circle around all the way up to mountain pose. Interlace fingers. Point your finger to the ceiling. Lean. Up we go and lean. And up we go, and big circle around, bring your hands to your heart and take a break. Right? Who knew you could get that heart rate going, that blood flowing, by just making big circles with our arms? I love it. Okay, we're going to add on. So the next thing we're adding on is called a airplane halfway lift with airplane arms. So we're going to extend those arms back behind. My head is going to go where the ceiling and the wall meet, and I'm stretching it out. So I've got this upward lift of my heart. I'm shooting my head where the ceiling and the wall meet. My hands are way back behind me. I'm stretching. I'm going to show you from the side just so you can see me a little bit better. So see how I'm pressing my arms back behind me? I'm shooting my head forward. My belly is tight. I'm extending that spine long. All right. We're going to add that in. Are we ready? Bring your hands to your heart. Here we go. Big circle, up and around. Don't forget that breath. Just whatever breath you want, go for it. Up we go. Big circle around. Bring your hands to your heart, up to mountain pose. Interlace fingers. Lean your mountain. Press it up. Lean your mountain. Press it up. Bring those hands by your side. Forward salute. Stretch it out. Airplane arms. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Bring your hands to your heart. Again. Down we go. Big circle around. Bring your hands to your heart. Up we go. Big circle around. Bring your hands to your heart. All the way to mountain pose. Interlace fingers. Lean. Coming up and lean. Coming up into that forward salute with airplane arms. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. Feeling that spine lengthening. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And bring your hands to your heart. Again. Big circle around. Bring your hands to your heart. Up we go. All right, don't forget that breath. Up the mountain, interlace fingers. We're going to lean that mountain. We're going to come up and we're going to lean the other way. We're going to come up and we're going to come into that forward salute with airplane arms. Stretch, 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 and come forward and have a seat. Right, taking just a little break. Okay, I'll show you the last piece that we're going to add on. So this one is called a halfway lift. I think I called the forward salute a halfway lift a minute ago. Sorry about that. So this is our halfway lift, but we're going to build into it. So today we're going to just do the very beginning piece of it. The next class with our block, we're going to build into that. So what I want you to do is take your right arm, forearm is on the right thigh, left arm, forearm is on the left thigh. Okay, my palms are facing up. So I've got a nice and stable position here. I'm going to let my heart fall forward. Now we only want it to come to where it's at a 90-degree angle, okay? We don't want it to come lower than that. So you're at a 90-degree angle. Your heart is kind of towards your lap, whatever feels good for you. We're going to breathe here just a couple more breaths, and then I want you to press up nice and slow. Now I want you to do a couple of things. Think about, how does your back feel? Does that bug your low back? So I'm thinking that when we have our support here, probably is okay for that back. And we're going to extend that spine long, which is going to really stretch into the vertebra, right? We're lengthening through that spine, and then we're going to come up. But if it doesn't feel good to you, you can stay right here. It's fine, right? You're still going to get that same kind of stretch. The second thing I want you to think about is, do you feel dizzy when you do that? So if you're coming forward and you're letting your heart fall and you're lengthening your spine long and then you come up, if that makes you dizzy, I would either continue with this pose or just don't let your heart fall so far down, okay? Either is fine, but I want you to really pay attention to your body. Okay, we're going to put it all together. The only thing we're going to do is we're going to exclude the leaning mountain at this point, okay? Big circle around. Bring your hands to your heart. We're going to inhale here. Exhale, up we go. Big circle around. Bring your hands to your heart all the way up to mountain pose. Interlace fingers, pointer fingers up. Stretch it out. And we're going to come to that forward salute with airplane arms. Stretch it out. Extend that spine long. Feel the stretch. Feel the stretch. Place one hand on the thigh, the other forearm on the thigh. Let that heart fall forward. This is a halfway lift. Extend the spine long. Shoot your head forward. Your seat is pushing back behind you, stretching into the spine. Stretch, 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 and come up to a seated position. Inhale here. Exhale, up we go. Bring your hands to your heart. Up we go again. Following our hands with our gaze, we're going to go all the way to mountain pose. Interlace fingers, shoulders are down. Press it back into that forward salute with those airplane arms. Stretch it out, stretch it out, stretch it out. Bring your hands, your forearms to those thighs. Let that heart fall forward. Push your head forward, shoot your hips back. Bring your hands to heart. Last time, here we go. And come up to seated. Bring your hands down to your thighs. How do you feel? A little bit warmer, warming up the body from the inside out. So like last week's seated pose practice, these are both warm-up practices. So you can hook these two together and have you a nice, almost hour-long practice if you wanted to do that. Okay, so let's do just a couple of little stretches before we move into our quiet meditation time. So I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to bring it to the outside of that right knee. I'm going to take this hand, I'm going to place it back on the chair. Pull that shoulder back, turn and look over your right shoulder. And release it. Let's go to the other side. I'm going to bring this hand across to the outside of that knee. This hand is going to go back to my chair. Extend the spine long. Pull this shoulder back. Now turn and look over that left shoulder. And release it. Take your right leg, extend it out long in front of you, toes to the ceiling. Extend the spine up. Let that heart fall forward into your pyramid pose. Keeping this leg straight, keeping the back flat, maximizing the stretch in that hamstring. Lift your heart up and let's do that again. Lift, hinge forward, keep the back flat, keep the leg straight without locking the knee. Breathing into it, one more breath and come on. Beautiful. Same leg. We're going to do our seated pigeon. So you can cross ankle to ankle, making sure this leg doesn't come in, or you can do ankle to knee. Either is fine. Right, so just feel this stretch first. Now if you want a little bit more, extend the spine long and let the heart fall forward. Oh yeah. So there is a nice stretch into this hip and glute area. Let's lift our heart up. And remember, you either rock your baby, or if you prefer to flutter your butterfly. And let's do it again. Extend the spine long. Let that heart fall forward. Feel the stretch. Lift your heart up. Let's walk that baby. Or flutter the butterfly. All right, we're going to do that one more time. Extend the spine long. Let the heart fall forward. Seated pigeon pose. Breathing into it, feeling the stretch. One more breath. And lift your heart up. Let's go to the other side. Here we go. This leg is going to extend out in front of us, toes to the ceiling. Again, think about being towards the edge of your chair. You can get your leg a little straighter if you're towards the edge of your chair. Extend the spine long. Let that heart fall forward. Keep the back flat. Keep the legs straight without locking the knee. Lift the heart, and let's do that again. Extend the spine long. Let the heart fall forward, breathing into it. And lift that heart up. Okay, seated pigeon. You can cross ankle to ankle, or you can cross ankle to knee. Extend the spine long. My hands are right here on the thighs for support. Let your heart fall forward and feel the stretch in your hip glute area. Oh yeah. Lift your heart, take a little break, and we're going to rock that baby. Well, I think I'll flutter my butterfly on this side. All right, let's do that again. Extend the spine long, let that heart fall forward. Keep the back flat. And lift up and rock your baby or flutter your butterfly, and we're going to do that one final time. Extend the spine long, let that heart fall forward, feel the stretch. All right, place both of your feet on the floor. Go ahead and sit back a little bit in your chair. You can even lean back if you wish, that's fine. We're going to close our eyes. Or just soften your eyes. Just look down at your lap if you don't really like to close your eyes. Flip your palms up. Take a deep breath in. And a full breath out. Your one chance. This day offers time to be put to use and treasured. Live it well with purpose, with goodness, with strength. Don't let today become a refuge for empty excuses and complaints. Fill its moments with meaning, with energy, with courage and love. You have much to do, important progress to make, objectives to focus on, actions to take. Step forward. Eyes on the goal, and nurture the best possibilities into being. Expect to get valuable results. Back up those expectations with commitment, sustained effort, and faith in the worthiness of what you are doing. Discover the opportunities that are hidden within the problems. Adapt to realities as they continue to change and be inspired to higher levels of innovation. Your one chance to make good use of today has now arrived. Live it and give it the best you have. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Extend your left hand out towards the floor at a diagonal with the palm facing down. Flip the palm up towards the ceiling. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Extend the right arm towards the floor, palm facing down. Flip the palm up towards the ceiling. Release it. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say, Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining today. We will be doing a similar class next time with a few more standing poses, and I hope to see you then.